What's up, Power Up family? I'm here in beautiful Las Vegas. I'm going to interview one of the students in our academy today that generated over $900,000 on one single multifamily property. So if you want to make money in multifamily, this is the place to be. Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here in beautiful Las Vegas with S.E. Taylor, one of the students in our academy. Her and her husband, David, just acquired an 8-unit building in downtown Las Vegas, and it's an unbelievable property. We're actually gonna walk through one of the units that they're in the middle of renovating in just a minute, but I wanna talk to S.E. a little bit about the process of how she found it, how she funded it, and the goal with the property so that you can understand how you can find these deals, how you can get the capital for them, and how you can spot deals you should be investing in. Because one of the things that has separated the good investors over the years from the bad is the ones that can see what's coming, the ones that can see what areas they should be focusing in on. And so, Essie, thanks so much for being with us today.
Awesome.
I'm so excited to have her here. And she took time out of her calendar. She's a very busy, successful real estate agent in Las Vegas to allow us to kind of see her property today. So let's chat a little bit about how you found such a killer deal in a market where everybody's saying there's no deals.
Right.
So how'd you find this killer deal?
Well, first of all, I mean, we were in your courts,
Yeah.
and we were looking everywhere except Vegas. We did not want to buy in Vegas.
You didn't want to buy in Vegas.
Didn't want to buy in Vegas. I had looked in Vegas, and all I found was D-class properties.
Yeah.
Most of it downtown is just really run
Really
down.
low down, yeah.
It's kind of gangster.
Yeah.
So I didn't want any of that, and I spoke to brokers
Yep.
in Las Vegas, and I'm like, what are people buying? And
Yeah.
a lot of them told me about the downtown vision.
The vision of the area.
The vision that had been put on paper by the city.
That's great to know, yeah.
Yeah, and it's 50 pages or 100 pages.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I think it's like 300 pages now that I think of it. And I went online and I found the thing, and I read the whole thing and I studied it. And I started to understand like where it's going and the
Yeah.
gentrification that's
Sure.
coming in the next 20 years. So I started driving all of downtown, every street up and down, and I took notes, and I kind of figured out where the borders are, like where is the core area that is good, and where like you can see once you pass, for example, Maryland Parkway,
Yeah.
it gets rough right away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going there, but right now this core area
There's
is
a
good.
little pocket
There's
here.
a small pocket that is really good and very, very desirable. So I figured that out, and then the broker that had been sending me stuff, she sent me this deal that I didn't even look at for like 3 days. And once I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, this is it. Write an offer. I came down here, looked at it, and we wrote an offer, and we were lucky to get it.
This is an unbelievable deal. So I want to break down a couple things. So number one, your primary goal or your primary finding tactic was brokers. So you were working with real estate brokers,
Yes.
right? Commercial agents. And so that's one of the number one way I find 100% of my deals through networking with brokers. So there's a lot of content on our channel about working with brokers, how to get them to call you back, how to get them to respond to you, especially in inventory type markets. So make sure you watch that stuff. But I really want you to key in here. She did a couple key pieces. Number one, she drove the area. She just got to know it. She did the push-ups. That's what we call doing the push-ups. She just drove around, got a feel. Number two, she talked with brokers to see what's the vision of the area. Where's it headed? This is what I mean about being able to see where things are headed, right? So she saw where it was headed. And then she also said she was decisive. So you put in an offer, did you say just within a day or so of seeing the property?
Oh, same day.
Same day.
Yeah.
So you didn't wait around, you knew what you
No,
were looking for.
we knew, like right away.
Yeah, and so this is one of the reasons why I believe opportunity favors speed. And now it also, to maximize opportunity, it favors wisdom. But for the beginning, it favors speed. People that are willing to put an offer in the same day. Because a lot of times you'll listen to our content. You might even, a lot of students are in our academy that don't get deals like this. This deal's going to have a massive upside. We'll talk about that when we're going through the unit. But a lot of students don't do this. They saw a deal and they went at it. And by the way, since they've been in the academy, this is their second property, and they just purchased another Airbnb, third property. They're absolutely skyrocketing their growth because they are applying this pressure. So you worked with the broker. Why do you think you got it? Why did you get this versus other investors? It's not like this is not a good deal for investors. So why did
We
you
were
get
first.
it? Oh, you were first.
We were first.
Okay.
Yeah. This was listed by a property manager who probably didn't have a list of investors. And
okay.
we just happened to get lucky. That's why I'm saying we got lucky, because
Yeah.
we're like a nobody.
Yeah. So let me tell you, let me define luck in this scenario. Luck in this scenario looks like driving around for 3 months and getting to know the area. Luck looks like talking to brokers and hearing the vision. Luck looks like seeing a property and then putting in an offer. So a lot of you heard we got lucky. Oh yeah, but how am I going to get lucky? She put in the push-ups. A lot easier to get lucky when you understand what you're looking for, and she put in the effort to do that. So make sure you understand you've got to put in the work. So you worked with brokers. They awarded you the deal. You put in an offer right away. Did you offer full price? Did you come under? What did you guys offer?
So it was listed at 888.
88. Okay.
888. We're like, let's offer.
That's like somebody just got bored. 888 just kept hitting 8 and then hit enter.
So it's the lucky number.
Yeah, right.
So first I think we offered 880.
Okay.
And then we went back the same night and like, just give the 8888 to make her happy. Like, what are we nickel and diming about 8,000? Like, just give it to her. Let's just get the deal done. Like, stop playing around.
Yeah. Okay. So they went in full price, which a lot of times today these deals are going over full price. So even to get the deal at that. But one of the key pieces here, I think, that is huge is this was listed.
It was listed, and
not for long, but it was listed.
Right after we got it, the brokers or the property manager's phone got blown up by investors wanting to buy it.
Of course.
There was some kind of slight delay in how it was marketed, I think.
Yeah, and this property is going to have a almost 7-figure upside, and we'll share how we get to that upside once we get into the unit a little bit. But I want you to understand the power of putting in the work. So you looked for the deal. Now, 880,000. Let's just call it 890, whatever. We're looking at probably $200,000 you needed to get the deal done, something like that. 200 to 300.
Yeah,
maybe?
like
210.
217. I think
217
it was the down. Yeah,
was the down payment. And so, how did you guys decide to fund it? Like, some people use their own cash, some people raise money, some people use private money. What did you do to get the cash together?
So we had some of the cash, and then we did a cash out refi on another rental property.
Okay.
So we pulled out the cash, and then we did have one investor come in on the deal, and then later we had a second investor come in on the deal. So we have two investors.
Two
on
investors
it right now.
on the deal. So this is really key. She did a myriad. So like when getting the capital around looked like a bank. It looked like her own money. It looked like a couple investors. So it's a myriad. So this is the power of knowing the money game, is you were able to get the deal done where some people may not be able to do that. But it's also the power of having a deal. Once you get this thing renovated, you'll be able to cash out, refi, and do another deal, even bigger, twice as big.
Yeah.
And that's the power of having these deals. So that's how you kind of got the money together. How did you brought in a couple investors? How did you find those investors?
Friends.
Friends.
These are friends that we've already been priming for a while, and they knew what we were doing, and they were all in before we even got
before
the deal.
you even knew. So they were new. So this is the power of networking inside of your network. And if you have any tie to real estate, like Essie does in the real estate agent space, you can leverage your agency background because you're still a real estate professional, and so it's a powerful thing to leverage. So you had network, you reached out to friends, phenomenal. So then when you got it, what was the financial picture like? Like, were rents extremely low? Were they mid?
Right. So we got in. I mean, so this is a 1978 property.
Okay, 1978.
We have the original owner.
Oh wow.
Everything inside is 1978.
So we got shag carpets and disco music.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
Tenants. I mean, the owner. I think she's like 90 years old. Works in the casino. And so she has had the same tenants forever.
For decades, probably.
One guy is still in there. He's been there since '86.
Oh wow!
So
25 years.
Yeah, and had been paying $450 a month.
$450 a month in Las Vegas. By the way, that is not market rent.
And so rents were about half of market.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So rents were half of market. So when you think half of market, this is what I want you to think. You double what you pay for it. If it's half of market, you double what you pay for it. So if it's 800, we're talking 1.6 in the refinance phase. That's how those numbers work. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So did you have to? So if it's 1978, you probably had to do quite a bit of renovations to get these to market.
Yes, and we could not get a traditional financing. So we got I think we got a bridge loan.
Yep.
So it's interest only. We got a high rate, like 7.5.
Yep. And a bridge loan, by the way, the reason they call it a bridge is they loan you money in order to build a bridge to get you to traditional financing and better financing. That's why I call it a bridge loan. So sometimes they call them bridge to agency debt, where it's bridge to go to an agency or bridge to conventional debt. So that's why they call it a bridge loan. It's usually higher interest, but it's more favorable in the sense it's interest only. She doesn't have to pay any principal, lowers her payment, right? So just understand the bridge loan concept.
Yeah.
So you guys got a bridge loan, and then how much per unit did you feel like you had to put in to bring it up to
So
snuff?
we put in, so the first unit we overdid.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the trial and error.
You're just seeing what the feeling the building out. Yep.
Cabinet, soft close. I mean,
Yeah, right.
You don't really need that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that one probably cost us 26 to 30,000
for that
and
unit.
we got it like everything out. It's only a 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah, so that's a high renovation for 1 bedroom, but you also have to see what she's able to do on the upside.
Yes, and then and the rest of them probably about the last one is probably going to be about 15, or actually 10 to 15.
Much more manageable.
Yes, and the other two were about 15.
15,
15
okay.
to 18.
So 10 to 18 in that range.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good. So if you think about 10, let's just call it 15,000 times 8. What's that? 8, 4. That's what's that? $120,000, I think, somewhere around there. So you've got 8 times 20 is 160. Yeah. So you're in that 120 to 150 range of total renovations if you renovated every
And
unit.
we had budgeted 10,000
per unit.
Per unit.
So you were budgeting.
So we're already at budget.
160,000 at 20,000. Okay, so they're already at budget. So the goal then, when you get a property like this, was it fully occupied?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no vacancies.
Yeah.
So how did tenants just start moving when the new owner moved into town? How
So
did that
we
happen?
gave them. We took over the property, and we gave them. We took over the property in October. And we raised the rents to 800. So from 450, 500, 550, we raised all the rents to 800
Right
January
away.
1st.
Yeah, that's a huge up. So that's a couple $100,000 in value like that. So that's huge.
So we had a couple of tenants move out right away.
Got it.
Renovated those units, and then after 1 month, we had one more move out, and then we had one more move out.
Move out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go walk one of the units so you all can see how the renovations that they're doing. It's not quite finished, so you're going to kind of see some of the process, which is really exciting. So we're going to take you inside one of those units. All right, so we're inside the unit here of one of the 1 bedrooms. So these are all 1 bedroom apartments, right?
Yeah.
1 bedroom, and so you can see around it's in construction process. And the cool thing about renovating these units, what you've done is flooring, walls, kitchen, and bath are your biggest upsides, right? Because that's what really beautifies the place. So you can see some of the beautiful floors she's chosen, some of the cabinets in the back. Are these new cabinets? Brand new? So they're brand new cabinets. She went with quartz countertop, which is really, really, it again, just yields a higher level of respect in the leasing process, meaning she can get a little bit more money because it just has a better feel. She also, if you'll notice here, she went with stainless steel appliances, a little bit upgrade, but again, when you walk in, has a much more richer feel. So when she puts 1,100 on a leasing document, they kind of expect that, right? So you're renovating. So walk us through a little bit of the thought with the renovation. So walk us through what you guys did here.
So what they had before was, they had the stove in the corner over there.
Okay.
And then they had cabinets that came out about here.
Okay.
And
so you moved the stove over.
we actually moved the stove because we wanted, when people walk in, this is like the money shot when you see all the stainless steel appliances.
That's phenomenal. That's a great point. Yeah. We used to say in fixing and flipping that when you walk up to the front door, it's an 8-foot rule. Like look around 8 feet, and that's because that's what realtors walk up. Anytime you're selling a house, that's where realtors walk their buyers to. Well, she's saying right when you walk in, she wants that money shot. That's a really, really good principle.
Yeah, and that was David's idea. He wanted that stove
Yeah.
there. I wanted the built-ins over there.
Okay.
Towards the wall, but he was like,
David,
no.
David won on that one.
He
No, that's a
won on
good
that,
idea though.
But
because
it looks really nice.
Yeah,
because
that's
the
what it
kitchen
looks
is
like.
so tiny. So we have, and a lot of the people that are doing this, I've accumulated over several years as my handyman through for my clients in real estate. So they're the ones, and so I can get all of this pretty affordable.
Oh,
so that's how we
great.
do it for fairly cheap.
For fairly reasonable.
These are Home
yeah.
Depot cabinets. Like obviously, some of them. One is from Lowe's, I think. So that's why they're a little different.
A little different there.
Because
yeah.
cabinets were one thing that it was like back ordered for so long. So we're like, just take whatever and
Take what we can
mismatch.
get, yeah.
You know, we don't care, so we're just gonna add handles. This still has to be grouted, but this just makes it look, the backsplash, it makes it look really, really
Yeah,
nice.
it sure does.
Gives it a finished look.
Trims it out.
Vinyl floor. So this was a mistake we made in the first top unit. We put the wood laminate.
Ah, yeah.
That was recommended, but it's really hard on the unit below. She complains a lot.
Because it clicks a lot because there's noisy?
They are really noisy, and I think they do it on purpose. They bang just to bother
You
her.
will have tenant issues, just so you know. That's just part of multifamily.
So with this unit, we just to kind of mitigate, we put this. This is like a cork, eco cork. This is supposed to be like really soft.
Oh, so you put this on underneath to
under
deaden the sound.
Yes, and
Okay,
then we have the vinyl plank, which is like,
That's a
and
great
that
idea.
has like a soundproof in it. So it's like double soundproof.
It's double soundproof that
Yeah.
way. And that's really powerful when you have dual floors, right? We own a couple. When you have upstairs, it's always louder downstairs because you have that thud, especially if they have kids. They're running around like crazy. So that's a really good way to protect your lower tenants from noise and to make it a quiet, serene place to live. So that's a really powerful trick, and that's not a trick that I have seen too many places to do it double like that, which is
And then on the bottom floors, we're doing tile because we had a flood when we put the laminate in and it ruined the floor. So now we're putting tile on the down.
Yep.
So it just
that's a great thing to do because it's again, it's very, very durable. And not only with that wood floor that she was mentioning, with the wood laminate or the click together wood floor, the power of vinyl versus wood doesn't handle water well. And it's the only reason
and
I know.
supposedly that was waterproof.
Yeah, and so if it's waterproof, it does better. So
It does better, it still was ruined,
But
though.
it's still,
Yeah.
but for us, I've had it before where you spill a thing of water, and if tenants forget to clean it up, it starts to buckle and bubble, and it doesn't handle it well. Vinyl, it's one of the powers of the vinyl plank floor. Why I would say it's taken over the flooring market, especially actually even in high-end homes they're using it. High-end, like millions and millions of dollars home, because it's durable, looks very, very, very good, and it's affordable.
Yeah.
It's waterproof. Vinyl doesn't expand and contract underwater. It does under temperature change, but it doesn't underwater. So this is good. So you guys change out the cabinets. Did you guys go down to studs? Like how thick of renovations did you do?
Okay, so we took all the cabinets, all the floors. So
Yep.
all the floors upstairs was carpet.
Okay.
Carpet and
So
like
the
a
carpet.
vinyl, so that was easy.
Yep.
And I mean, there was not really much to take out.
So the walls all stayed. You just painted, right? You didn't
Yeah,
have
that's
to
just-
tear down any drywall. or
No,
anything. Okay, great.
popcorn ceiling was scraped.
And that's really popular because it hides so much imperfections in the drywall
We did
work.
take the front doors out.
Okay.
We changed the front doors, and the interior doors are changed, but
Oh, yeah.
they just haven't been painted
They haven't
yet.
been painted. So these are what they call 6-panel doors.
Yeah.
And these are trimmed out a lot better. They look a lot better in a place. Yeah, and you guys will paint it. And did you guys did you buy painted trim, it looks like, or did you guys paint that?
No, this has not been painted yet, and
Okay,
this
so
is
it's
actually
primed
supposed to be.
trim.
So this last unit became like a little bit of a cheap job because the other units have the
Wider
nicer,
trim?
Yes, and it's just a flat.
Yeah, like
The
just
more modern flat
the more modern
around
look.
and flat on the bottom, and it's higher.
Yeah.
Like a.
Yep.
But with this one, I just said just put whatever in
Yeah.
it, just finish it.
And the power of that, by the way, as we come into the bedroom, the power of that, by the way, is when you're renovating, you have to know where your money sits. Money doesn't sit on this trim, meaning you really can't jack your rent up more because you have wider trim. So she's doing a good thing here by mitigating her cost. Now, stainless steel, quartz, good flooring, that's money work. That will get people to pay you more per month in rent. Trim,
It's the perceived value, and we
And
realized that.
I don't think it's going to change your rent at all.
No, as
It's
we
at
see
all.
the tenants move in, we're like, they don't care.
They don't care.
No.
No. Especially right now, there's such a demand. They're looking for a great unit.
Yeah.
So another 6-panel doors. These doors look
So
great.
these we put in. These are kind of a hassle to find because the opening is
Yeah.
so
Wow. What
huge.
a massive closet opening. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen one that big.
Yeah.
That's you're talking 10 feet there almost probably.
Yeah, it's
That's huge.
It's like 120
yeah.
inches.
Yeah. Wow. That's
And
huge.
then in the bathroom, we actually took the tub out because it was just old.
All right.
And
yeah.
we have not.
Also, bathroom's still being worked on,
So
which
this
is great.
still needs to be finished.
Yep.
Toilet needs to be done, but the bathtub is new,
Oh, I love the tile
and
on
then
the
the
side.
tile is new,
Okay.
and the fixtures are new.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome once you guys get done with it. Yeah, this is the kind of unit when you change.
Sorry, if you wanna go
as
in
you'll
there.
see, yeah, we'll come on in here. If you'll see the tile they put on the shower, and then they also did newer tub fixtures, which is another trim. Again, kitchens and baths are where you make all your money, almost all your money. Of course, assuming the flooring is good. You make kitchen and baths is where you jack up your value, because that's where people spend a lot of time in those two places. Right? They spend a ton of time. So you can see they've done a really good job here on making this tub look just really, really high end, which is great. And you can see down here the flooring difference of what it used to be. And you can see some of the difference of the cork, the double cork she's put down here, which is really, really cool to of course add more of that value. So this is really awesome. So what was it rented for when you bought it?
$550.
So it was rented for $550. And you're gonna put, so $550, and you're gonna put how much into it, this one?
So this one about no more than 50, like 12,000 probably.
12,000, so you're gonna put 12,000, and then what will it rent for?
11.
1,100, okay, so we're talking over double the amount in rent for 15 grand. So at 300, let's see, no, you said 5, let's do the math, I've got my phone right here. Let's do the math real quick. So it was 550?
550.
550, so let's do 1,100, whoops. 1,100 minus 550, so we're coming, oh, it's 550. So 550, let's do that times 12. So you got $6,000 in income, more in income for $15,000 investment. So in 2 years, they make their money back on this unit. But here's what I want you to see for the value. So what was the total income? We were talking about this right before we started today. What was the total income of rent when you bought it? Is it about 4,000 you said?
4,000 a month.
4,000 a month total for the whole building, right? 4,000 for the whole building. So here's how you figure this out. So 4,000 for the whole building. So 4,000, and then once it's rented at 1,100, it'll be 8,800 per month. So that's $4,800 per month of extra income, right? So here's what you do. You go 4,800, that's how much money we're making per month more. I times that by 12. Whoops, 4,800. So we've got $9,600 of added value per year. Now, here's what I want you to see. This is where it gets so much fun. So she bought this. What cap rate did you say the area's demanding right now? Like, what cap rate are things trading at? Like, when something sells, what's the cap rate?
About 4.5.
4.5. So let's go conservative. Let's just say a 5 cap. So you take $9,600. So you take $4,800. $4,800 a month times 12 is $57,000 a year in more income. 57,000. You take that number, you divide it by 0.05, 5% cap rate, right? Whatever the cap rate that things trade for in the area. So you go divide it by 0.05, and we have $1.1 million in upside on this building. I actually thought it was a little less than that. 1.1 million in upside on this building. So an $800,000 building, 890, is gonna be about a $2 million building when they get every unit rented at 1,100. That's why we love multifamily and forced appreciation, because you guys are gonna, I mean, that's a massive, some people retire with that amount of money.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
And you're doing that on one property, which is fascinating. And it's the power of, again, putting in those push-ups. She drove the area. She talked to the brokers. She got to know what was happening in the area. So Essie, a lot of people are watching, and quite frankly, they want to be you. Like, how do they do this? So what is different? And in our academy, we have students that do the work and students that don't. You're obviously a doer. She put in, when we launched our academy, she was one of the founding members of our academy, and she was one of the first people that joined, and she was also the first person in the entire academy that put in an offer on anything. So you're obviously a doer, but what do you think is different about you versus somebody else?
Nothing, really, nothing different. I've been the student that buys the program and does nothing.
Yeah.
I've been that many times.
Yeah,
and
me too.
And
It's easy to do that.
And this time, I was hesitant. I'm like, I got a lot on my plate and I don't know if I have the time. And David is like, I want to do it. I'm like, okay, let's do it, but I'm not paying and not buying anything. Like we're buying. So it was more commitment than anything. And I said, I am not like stopping until we're getting something. So I pretty much put everything else to the side and just focused on this. I mean, so it's all commitment.
And the growth has shown. They bought an 11 unit in Northern Kentucky, which Northern Kentucky, if you don't know, is exploding right now. The whole state of Northern Kentucky. And then this has been their second acquisition, and then they just had their third. So they're absolutely exploding. And the reason I wanted you to show you this is, she said there's nothing different because you can do this as well. So if you we'll have a link in the description. You want to see what the Academy is all about, go down and click that link, and you can be the next Essie. So thanks a bunch for joining us today. I want to give you a hug. I love her and her husband so much, and so we're so excited for your success here, and just congratulations. So a lot of people say this is the deal of a lifetime. I've found that the deal of a lifetime comes around about every 6 to 8 months if you're active. And this is a great deal, but this will be a small deal in 10 years for Essie and David. This will be one of their smallest deals because they'll continue to grow and expand and be the kind of people that they're action takers. And that's what we want for you too. So thanks again for tuning in. Love being here in Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. Every time I come here, I love it. And so it's been exciting to see you and David just absolutely skyrocket. So again, link in the description. Love to see you inside the Academy. And thank you guys so much for tuning in.